Winning and losing is part of this game. But the way you compete, the fight you show, that's what is important. A player like Avishka Fernando, who's bound to come into the squad dinners, is someone that, I would love to see, especially in England.
Hello and welcome to ThePapare.com, Sri Lanka's number one sports hub, your trusted cricket source in Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka Bangladesh ODI series is concluded now. Bangladesh won the series 2-1, but the main positive was Sri Lanka winning that third ODI by 97 runs. A very convincing win by the visitors, a much needed win adding their first Super League points. To discuss about the third ODI and regarding the whole series, I have got my expert with me, Farveez Maharoof. Good to have you show once again, Farveez. What do you think of that performance yesterday, Farveez?
Hi, Damith. About performance yesterday, it's almost flawless, isn't it? From the ball one, the intent shown, the first over itself, couple of boundaries were hit. Then I had a sense that today it's going to be our day, and we just never let the Bangladeshis come into the game with the ball and the in the bat with the in the field. We were just unbelievably great. I mean, from 2-0 down, or when all the chips were down, the way the team picked themselves up and performed yesterday was just refreshing to see. I mean, I was very happy. I'm pretty sure that all our viewers would be so grateful that finally Sri Lanka is off and running in the points table.
Paris, Kusal Pereira led from the front, scoring 120 runs. The captain, Sri Lanka, first Sri Lankan captain to score a ODI 100 against Bangladesh. The first two games he failed while chasing, but this time around he looked at his best.
Yeah, I mean, he changed his game for sure. I mean, he's someone that we known for his dashing sort of a quick fire innings, but yesterday he showed the other side of Kusal Perera that most of us won't be seeing that much because he's someone that who likes to go after the bowling. But the captaincy responsibility, added responsibility, I should say, that he understood that three wickets down at that time, three important batsmen in our top order, and he played a timely, responsible captain's inning. So it was very good to see when the captain scores runs. It makes a huge difference to a team's confidence. So I'm sure Kusal, will be so happy and relieved to get his first win out of his out of the way under his captaincy. So overall, Kusal Perera was very impressive in this entire tournament. Yes, he failed in the first couple of games, and also what's alarming is the way he constructed the innings and the batsmen around him. Especially the from number five onwards, Dhananjay Silla, the responsible knock was just magnificent to see.
Of course, entire Sri Lankan fan base was very happy yesterday with the performance of the national team. Parviz, you were also very vocal on social media. Before we head into the questions sent in by our fans, let's talk about your tweet. You said, can compete and be successful when you work towards consistency in all aspects. Would you like to shed some light on this tweet, Parviz, of yours?
Yeah, what I meant was basically, I mean, in this level, you need to compete. I mean, we understand, as I said in my last show, winning and losing is part of this game. But the way you compete, the fight you show, that's what is important. And consistency comes when you put, performances. Even though you lose in a losing team, you put your, best performance out. Then the consistency will hit the level. And as well, when you take, when I said multiple reasons, with so much issues off the field is going on, and it's refreshing to see from a spectator's point of view, as well as I'm pretty sure from the player's point of view, to get a win away. And it just shows, when we are 2-0 down and to beat a team who's hiding, in huge confidence coming to the third game, how easily we beat them. That shows the ability of the individuals. And when individuals, abilities come together as a collective, this is what we could do. And the biggest difference for me, I would say, is batting first. I mean, historically, when we bat first without any pressure, in the scoreboard pressure, I should say, we are a much different team to when we are chasing. This is something that we should keep an eye on. And I mean, every time you weren't able to bat first and build the score up. I mean, you got to chase sometime as well. I'm pretty sure in England, we might have to do the chasing again as well. So we have to hit that balance, not only while building a score as well as chasing a score. How well we could do that. So yesterday it was a collective decision, and also when the new faces coming in, we saw three debutants, making their debut, as well as Niroshan Dikpala coming in. I thought there was different sort of energy right throughout the match, as well as the way Dushman Chamira bowled. He's setting up the tone with the new ball, and it made life much easier for players like Bindra and Chamik, who is making their debut, coming into their first spell. So these are the little things that mattered most in the entire game for me yesterday. And as I said, do the little things, do the basics right. I'm pretty sure that results will fall in place. You play with the right attitude.
Of course, the team played extremely well yesterday. So let's head into the questions from the fans. Farveez, Dylan Madhusankar have asked this question. What have you seen of Chamir from the time he came onto the scene and now? He was a teammate of yours at NCC, also Farveez, when he came onto the scene. What have you seen of Chamir from then and now? He was brilliant throughout the series, picking up 9 wickets in the three-match series.
Yeah, I mean, he came into NCC close to 10 years ago, and soon after school, he came to NCC. And from the time he started, I think close to 9 to 10 years ago, and now, it's a huge difference. Technicality, mentally, and physically, he has become much, much better. And every year, on a personal note, I've been watching him closely because as you said, I played close to 7 years with him at NCC. Every year there has been improvement. And nowadays, but I see the big difference is when you're bowling at 140 plus and swinging it, it's never easy, and it's something that batsmen don't look forward to. One thing, he's quick and he's swinging it, as well as sometimes it seems as well it's a nightmare to face with a new ball. And with the old ball, he has generated this leg cutter, and that's he's a stock ball as well as he bowls a Yorker. So he has become the complete package that Sri Lanka is craving for a longer time. So I only hope, as I said in my last show, we got to, as management, you got to look after this boy. I mean, he's someone going up to the T20 World Cup end of this year, as well as 2023 50 over World Cup. He's your trump card. So you need to look after him. You need to sustain him. And, with his past history of getting injured, those things has to be remembered and look after this boy. And, overall, some technical, faults what he had has been corrected under the watchful eyes of Chamin Dawas, as well as the rest of the fast bowling coaches at HPC. He's someone that has come leaps and bounds. That's the least way I could say.
Arviz, the second question is from Tarak Anuradha. Only 69 runs off the last 10 overs. What went wrong? Sri Lanka looked like getting to a score of over 300 when Kusal Perera was batting, but he got out in the 40th over. What really went wrong, in your opinion, Farveez?
I thought clearly Bangladesh did bowl well in the last 10 overs, especially Mustafizur Rahman. The cutters he was bowling into the wicket wasn't easy, as the ball didn't never came up to the batsman for the big shots, as well as we lacked that six-hitting player in the middle overs. I mean, we know that Dhananjay Silla is not a big hitter; he's more of a timer of the ball. And Wanadu Asaranga tried his best. For a certain extent, he was successful. And Ramesh Mendis playing his debut game. I mean, he did his best as well. So that's something that Sri Lanka team should be working towards, that that X factor player at number 7, number 8, along with Wanindhu Asaranga, who could hit those big shots for us. So that was lacking. But overall, I thought when it comes to the death overs, I thought Bangladesh came back really well after Kusal Perera's wicket.
All right, we'll go in for the third question. Imrahim asks, will there be any changes to the squad for the England tour? As far as we know, the squad will be extended to about 22, 24 players because of the three T20s also being played for this. End of June, we start off the England tour. What's your opinion on that?
I reckon definitely Avishka Fernando will come into the squad, as well as I just feel sometimes they might throw in one or two youngsters, and especially when it comes to the T20 team. A player like I would say Dhananjay Lakshan, he was magnificent in the LPL, so he might get a go in. I mean, rest of it, it all depends on the fitness issues. So we know for a fact that a couple of the players did fail their fitness test for the England tour in Bangladesh, so they need to get through that as well. And Banu Rajapaksha, I'm not too sure whether he has got through the fitness test, at the moment. So if he has, he's somebody that I would like to have a look in as well, because we know for a fact when he gets going, he's somebody that who could change a game. So I reckon interesting selection coming up, especially with the two of the players who are already in Bangladesh who have failed in the fitness test. So Sri Lanka cricket has made their intentions pretty clear. If whoever fails the fitness test, they will be considered for selection. So that's something that I'm keeping my fingers across to see who gets the nod.
Do you think some of the players, despite failing in the first two games, they'll get another go again in England?
Yeah, I mean, player like Patum Nissank, Dhanush Gunatilaka, yeah, it'll be a question mark whether they'll get another go. Especially Dhanush Gunatilaka, I thought, after especially yesterday after the start he got, the shot he played was very very disappointing for a senior player, and also a player like Avishka Fernando, who's bound to come into the squad. He's someone that I would love to see, especially in England, because last time during the World Cup we saw in those conditions how good he was in that World Cup. So lots of competition in the top order for Sri Lanka. Even Hiroshan Dikkal, he's not a number six. He's a top three batsman. So I think we have about five players or six players vying for the three spots on top. So that's where the real fight is going to come through. And I was told Ashin Bandar is injured. I was batting at number six. That's why he didn't play yesterday. So, if Ashin Banda is not fit enough to tour, there has to be a replacement coming in, a middle order batsman. So that's why I said, this is a next couple of days. It's going to be very interesting to see. I'm very much looking forward to see who's going to get the nod.
Of course, it'll be a very interesting few weeks leading up to that England tour. But overall, Sri Lanka lost the series against Bangladesh 2-1. There's a lot of improvements from the Sri Lankan side. Farveez, overall, finally, what do you have to say about the whole series?
Yeah, overall, some positives to be taken out of this series, especially the way Dushman Chamira bowled, as well as the fielding was, I thought, top notch from the first game till the last, as well as the final game, the batting display shown by captain as well as the Damith de Silva. So the spinners recently bowled as well. So I reckon there are some positives to be taken, but historically the issue has been we start pretty bad by the series, so that's where we should work something on. Maybe it's a mental thing, maybe it's a technical thing. I'm not too sure, but that's something that you should, as a team, definitely should work towards. So I'm sure that with the series is coming up with England and India, it's not going to be easy. So we got to have our A game ready, from the first ball. So I reckon going forward, these are little things that the team should work on. And as I said, it's not going to be easy. It's going to be a tough ride going up to the World Cup with all the points. I'm pretty sure that the team is relieved to get the first points on board yesterday. So it's not going to be easy. But if you play to our potential, as I mentioned in my tweet, I reckon we could surprise few people.
Thank you very much, Farveez, for joining with us throughout the series. We hope to hear from you soon again when Sri Lanka returns into action against England next month. Thank you very much, Farveez.
Thank you, Damith. Thanks for having me.